Welcome to Realm of Racing, and tonight we're here at round 6 at the Austrian Grand Prix, the Red Bull Ring. A pretty nice circuit with about 10 corners and 3 DRS zones that run consecutively, which should create for a lot of good racing and some overtake opportunities. This is probably one of the shortest tracks that we run, about roughly over a minute, maybe 102 for the lap times. What would you say there, Hunter?
Yeah, I think in qualifying we should be expecting either high 102s or low 103s, maybe mid 103s. And then in the race, well, no, actually, it's kind of tough because I don't know. I've been a victim of doing a better race time on this track than I do in qualifying. So it's very possible that you see, you know, mid 103s in qualifying and high 102s in qualifying, and then also see those same times reflect a couple times in the race. So
yeah, if you start getting old DS train,
yeah. Oh yeah, that too. I mean, if you're pulling in a good track or a good lap and you're coming up on traffic, you manage to get a slipstream or DRS or anything like that, you're definitely gonna be very nice off. But yeah, I'm on board with Thunder at the moment. Definitely putting in a fast lap right now. Oh wait, he is actually invalidated. I think he invalidated both, or maybe he did that on that turn.
Oh, power up and some fat. Well, Tails looks like he is on a lap, non-invalidated.
Yeah, Tails making his debut in the Alfa Romeo.
A beautiful car, beautiful livery.
They got the special livery coming for Monza this weekend.
Hold on, wait a second. Does that? Okay, no, never mind. It almost looked like he had that livery for a second.
I would be very impressed.
Yeah, no, Codemasters are not.
Squirrely out of that turn.
Yeah, that curve definitely. You start riding that, and you're full on the throttle there, trying to carry the speed so much. Car can get so upset easy.
How he it in turn 8. Ooh, just managing to keep it on the limit. Just dabbing the curb there. He's going to put in a pretty tidy time. He's going to go to pole 103.3 to start it off. So maybe these times, I mean, judging by track evolution, these times should start to tumble down. So maybe we will start to see some mid or high 102 towards the end of the session.
Yeah, it looks like TC and Tito also completed theirs at 104. And that last turn is kind of... It's very difficult in the last 2 turns and stuff because it wants to swing you out so much, but you got to carry the speed down the front straightaway.
Ruby going into P2 with a 103.6. See, I think the Mercedes is coming across the line. Okay,
so Routine put on a medium tire time.
Yep, Nat goes into P2 with a 103.5. McLaren coming across the line. Thunder goes into P6.
Oh, 104.2. Okay, yeah, so the times are roughly all about
Power coming
within a second.
To the line now. Only P8 with a 104.7, so he'll definitely want to improve on that.
So everybody's run up sub 104 other than Routine, which tried to throw on the mediums. I'm pretty sure that time's he's already in 9th. I know that time is not going to stick up for the top 10 for sure.
Right. So Vapor not putting in a time. Weird. It looks like he did put in a time. Maybe he invalidated this and the next lap. We don't know that happens very easily.
Oh yeah.
Those last couple.
Too easy sometimes.
Yeah. Seriously. Looks like Rua's on the lap now. Doesn't look like we have any medium runners out there. Everybody on the soft.
Yeah, coming up to turn 3 now. DRS. That's one thing about this track, definitely within 3 DRS right in a row like that. You get DRS and the cars in front of you, you can definitely make up quite a bit of time.
And I forgot to mention that last race, David took the lead of the championship, so he is in the lead with 66 points, right in front of Gelfi with 64, and Canadian Necktie, who is not here today, had to pull out last second with 57, and Carney with 55. So I mean, the top 4 are all within 11, and the top 5 within 16. So I mean, any DNFs, any no-shows at this point can easily drop you down. If you're in the top 4 or 5, can easily drop you down 4 or 5 positions.
A drastic swing.
Close. Yeah, they're also.
Well, it's anybody's fight. We're still early in the season, but right now, yeah, a lot of them guys. No one's running away with it for sure early on.
Yeah, Rua comes across the line, P9. J-Mick coming across. Oh, it looks like he invalidated actually. Let's see, Krusty T coming across. Has struggled a little bit in this league so far.
I believe Gelfi is about to finish his as well. Let's see what kind of time he
wasn't
throws
a P4,
in.
not a bad time, not a bad banker, I should say. 103.7. Couple guys coming across the line now.
So everybody's doing a good job of staying out the way.
Joe must have had an incident there. 117. Maybe that was his outlap though. No, I don't think it was.
He seems to. He's running mediums as well.
Yeah, so he probably can put in another lap. You know, another fast lap. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna abandon it.
Five place grid penalty for Rua.
Him and Routine coming together somewhere.
Interesting. So that's not gonna help those two guys out.
Does Nat have the? Hold on, wait a second, because it looks like. Let me see the race director. Because I swear I just seen Nat say the same thing.
Doesn't show me
penalties. Yeah,
or...
Nat has a 5, so well, contact with Routine.
Or is it just Nat and Routine?
Just Nat and Nat and and Rua have the 5. So I'm not sure what was up with Routine's car there that caused that.
Interesting.
Let's see. I think or he just finished a lap. Okay.
A fast lap here. A little bit laggy on my screen, but we'll try to stay on board with him. I think he's just invalidated. He's gone wide at turn 7 or 6. Not sure.
I feel like that is probably the easiest one to invalidate on this track.
So easy to just run wide. Yeah, it is.
Because if you can just hold that, swing that corner so much, you carry so much speed through that last little sector. But
I wonder if J-Mick is not going to back up. I wonder if he's being backed up right now. Him and Krusty are kind of racing at this point.
Yeah, that was J-Mick already getting his overtake practice on.
Yeah. The lead in the qualifying session stays the same. Tails in P1, Nat in P2, and Groovy in P3.
This says his 4th lap on these tires, so J-Mick went ahead and tried out a scruff set of softs for his I
wonder if that was on purpose or not. Sometimes that can be an accident.
Yeah, it looks like Tito is and the Haas is coming around the final turn here. He does improve, goes back up into P3 with a
wow, that's a great time from Tito. Just barely edging out Groovy there. I think Tails is just I think he's just crashed. Tails has just crashed. Trying to get on board with one of the Astons who's passing him. Yeah, he's just crashed in the middle of the track. I think the Red Bull is out as well. Ashore hit him. He was in the middle of the track.
So Vapor's approaching right now. Try to get a good look at it again.
I think they are cleared.
Yeah, they are off the track now, but they are both in Azure's. Okay, yeah.
So Azure is out, and alongside with our current pole time of 103.3 set by Tails, he is out of qualifying. So
now I'm not sure if
anybody can beat that.
that almost like a blind corner. I wonder
Yeah.
if somebody came off.
Somebody must have just came around the corner, or ROR must have just came around the corner and not been able to see him, and
And as
every time in this
before
game, I noticed it specifically on Spain. Not even with this league, but with another league. Ruby goes in the pole with the 103.3, but I noticed it where when somebody DNFs on track during qualifying, it'll put a tire, like it'll leave the tire there. It's like a little tombstone.
Oh.
It's hilarious how they do that. Yeah, like congratulations, this is where you died. We're gonna let you see this for the rest of the qualifying session.
Gives everybody a warning, a heads up.
Hammer here on a fast lap.
Yeah, because we have no ghosting in here, so there is no cars disappearing if a car goes off track and is stuck in the middle.
Hoping Joe can put in a good lap here on these mediums. See what he's able to do. Wasn't a P6, that's not bad. That's not bad from him. So Nat abandons that lap. Who is that? I think that's an Alpine. TC approaching the last few corners. See what he can do. Stays in the same position. I think he's actually starting his lap now.
Oh yeah, he's got one lap.
I'm gonna stay on board with him. This is, you know, Total Carney in P4 and needing to have a good race here to really solidify himself in the championship run.
See how he approaches this. He's gonna hug that outside curb.
Very tidy.
Rolls it. Doesn't get on the throttle too early. Let's see how he approaches turn power. Very nice downshift.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was a beautiful corner as well.
Vapor just said in chat, I don't think you can park there, bro. To Tails, who was unfortunately in the middle of the road. Yeah, this is looking like a tidy lap from Total Carney, keeping it together in these last couple of corners. See what he's able to put in.
And he does go P3 and then instantly gets passed up by Nat at the same time right behind him.
103.2. I don't know if you just got that message, but I got a message saying that my application was suspended in 15 minutes. Usually that doesn't actually happen, but hopefully it really doesn't. I'd be devastated.
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
It's just a technical error.
Right, carrying on. So Total Carney did get into a P4 with that lap.
Yeah, you see how smooth he was. Some of the steering inputs. Forward power up runs super deep into turn 3. I don't know if he's gonna keep this lap or not.
I think Milky is now on the lap. Can't tell how much ERS. He looks like he has enough ERS to do another lap. Staying off the curbs here. Does use them a little bit. I think he just slid a little bit after getting on those curbs. And then,
and then he does like the rears.
He's lost his wing completely.
His front wing.
So that
won't be able to miss him. Yeah, just lit up the rears a little bit there.
Like stood still.
Is it TC is out of the session as well?
Is that TC that's on the side there?
It is. Is that an Alpine on the side of the track?
That's an odd place. If he's spun there and did, it's a very odd place to put it in the wall. I'm not sure about that one because he would have. I mean, definitely possible to spin off of the curb on the left side and kind of oversteer into the wall on that side, on the right side. But this is a weird one.
Yeah, if you had a big snap.
Yeah, that's a weird one for sure. So 2 out of our current top 4 are out of qualifying, both Tails and Total Carney. Azure as well, also making a quick exit, and Joe McFly obviously down, unfortunately, in P17. His qualifying is done. But looks like Tito's having a very good session so far.
For sure, he's been up
one
at the
of the better sessions that I've seen him have all season.
Oh, and J Mc runs super wide at the end. Had a good lap going, but then second to last corner just
doesn't
super
prove
wide.
Only one position.
Yeah, he probably lost at least 3 to 4 tenths there, because he had to lift completely off of the gas and bring the car back around. So that was very crucial to his, because there's only 2 minutes left in the session. So I'm not sure
Yeah, I'm currently on board with Not So Vapor. He hasn't put in a time yet, but it looks like he is on a fast lap now. Getting a little bit of a tow from his teammate, actually. Very smart from the guys. He needs to get back on the inside. Hopefully Nat does get the space. Just slow down, keeps it tidy. A little bit. He needed a little bit more on the brakes there. Gets a little bit wide there on the curves. But still not too shabby here from him so far.
Yeah, turn 4 here is another one that is so crucial to keep the speed through almost all these turns, like any racetrack, but this one
really
especially.
Lap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hitting the apex, misses it just probably by about a meter.
I feel like this little towards the start of the last third sector is probably the most crucial part of the lap to me.
Agreed. It's a very momentum-based track. If you lose your momentum, it's just the whole lap goes downhill.
Oh, for sure.
See what Vapor is able to put in. P12, so it's not a terrible lap, but not good enough for the top 10. Groovy still in P2.
Yeah. Okay, so is anyone on one?
Oh! Rua just got very lucky. He just spun in the pits, and it reset him. Very, very lucky.
It looked like J-Nick also retired too.
I think Tito may be abandoning this lap. It doesn't look like he's pushing too hard. Yeah, J-Mick retiring from the session. David on those mediums, actually. He's in P7 right now on the mediums. He's on an outlap, so he might be looking to go for a special strategy here. Maybe a medium to soft. I know Routine was talking about doing something along those lines as well.
And last week he was able to start on the mediums, I believe. What was that, P9 or P8? And which obviously there was a couple safety cars that helped out, but he's one of them, man. What was that, the first race of the season? What did he run? 30 laps on the medium, so he can definitely stretch these tires to the limit.
Very true. What race was that? Yeah, was it Monaco? He ran.
It was either Monaco or Spain.
He just pulled out of that lap. Oh, he's still on an out lap. Oh, he shouldn't stop. Keep those tires warm.
And power up. Okay, he does start get across the line, I believe, in time. No, he does not. He invalidated. So power up did get across the line.
Groovy coming through the last two turns. I think Nat has abandoned the lap. Let's see what Groovy can do here. Very clean through turn 9 through turn 10. Clean as well, tidy. DRS, straight line. Goes in a pole by a 10th and some change. But here comes Nat. He's going on his hot lap now. Let's see if he can get this pole position back. Tito Sampson finishing in P6 right now. We'll see if anybody's able to jump him. Rua on the cusp right now in P10. He could get dropped as well down to P11. He goes a little bit wide. Lucky to not get invalidated there. Gets a little bit of a tow from Thunder.
I think he clipped that inside curb and it kind of upset the car.
I think he's abandoned. Wasn't happy with that.
Okay, so he doesn't want to ruin these tires anymore.
So let's see. David's still on this lap, I believe.
Milky's coming around to the final corner. Oh, Milky takes a lot of curve.
What can Milky put in? Can he get into the top 10? No, he can't. David going into the pits. I think that's it. Thunder might be the last one.
I was going to say Thunder's the last one here. Coming through the last sector now.
I think he's abandoned as well. I think he's already put in
the he's coming to the pits.
That might be a wrap here for qualifying. So, Groovy taking his first pole of the season after having so much bad luck. I don't want to say too much, but I really do hope he has a good race here. Nat in P2, Tails in P3, Carney in P4, J-Mick in P5. Strong performance from Tito Sampson in P6. David Chahoud on the mediums, I believe, in P7. Gelfi on P8. Azure in P9. Rua in P10. And that'll complete our top 10. You guys can see the rest of the names here, but I mean, I knew it was going to be close, but I was actually expecting it to be almost even closer than this. Great time, honestly, though, from Groovy. 103.1. Not an easy time.
I mean, the top 13, but then at 0.8 of a second. So yeah, the top more than half of the grid, all with under a second with each other. Should be pretty interesting. But also, we got some of these grid penalties that I'm not sure about.
Right, and that's gonna affect Nat as well. I just saw it pop up. Yeah, Nat, Rua, Routine, and Vapor, all with 5 place grid penalties for contact. See if there's any more. Yeah, I think that's it. It's 4 of them. So they will all be starting towards the back. Vapor will be starting in the back. Routine in P17. Rua in P15. And unfortunately, Nat will start in P7, I believe, or P6 now because of that 5 play. Yeah, I'm very intrigued. I want to see. Maybe there will be rain. Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, a lot of soft runners. David, the only medium runner up there towards the front. And this track, I'm not sure how the tire wear is. I have not run a long race here yet, but
it is how much. I don't think it'll be too tough for them to get by on a one stop, especially with a soft to medium.
Okay, yeah.
I think the only difference in strategy we'll see is if there's an early safety car. You can go from lap 1 to the end on hards. So you might see some people shoot into the pit lane if you do have an early safety car.
And try that out.
Because, I mean, you are getting a free pit stop, but the only thing is with the early stop, the field isn't split up, so you're most likely getting sent to the back.
Yeah, that's when you're just hoping for the long game and that there's not a bunch of safety cars coming.
But obviously waiting for the formation lap to kick off for the Austrian Grand Prix. Blue skies. Oh, my controller just disconnected. Blue skies, not looking like any rain in the forecast, but who knows what we'll see in this race. So yeah, Tails jumping up to P2 and Total Carney up to P3. The interesting thing will be, obviously, for me at least, will be the fact that obviously we've got so many of the championship contenders right now, all inside the top 10. You've got Gelfie in P8, who is in P2 right now in the championship, and well, looks like Total Carney's made some contact.
It just disappeared.
Azure as well.
He just instant transmission back to the line there.
Oh boy. And
yeah, no, I agree with you. No, a lot of the top runners up here, and like I was saying before, this track
hard pressed to get a good start, though. Those cold tires. Sure. I'm sorry, go on.
Like, this track, even if you get a good jump, I don't know how good you're gonna run away and stuff. And with the DRS, I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of overtaking here. Maybe potentially a lot of lead changes.
Right.
If we're gonna have a track that's gonna have one, it's gonna be here.
Let's check out the tires. The only top 10 runner on mediums is David, so he's gonna be looking to at least undercut Tito along with maybe J-Mick. And who knows, if this battle gets spicy towards Total Carney and maybe Tails as well, this will be a very, very interesting race. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a DRS train, though. That's my only hope.
For sure. They're coming around now. Yeah, this one should be... I feel like this one, though, should be an exciting race, though. There's going to be a lot of opportunities. I feel like turn 3 and turn 4... I just feel like a lot of people are going to be sending it. If it does turn into a stagnant train, then I feel like there's going to be maybe more people. The aggression might start to rise a little bit, trying to make some moves that potentially aren't there, which is always fun to watch.
Leading out the back of the pack. So yeah, no, I'm very interested to see how Milky's able to get off the line here. 2 people behind him are going to be on colder tires than him, so I do expect him, unless he just has a terrible start, I expect him to get off pretty well. But we'll see. It's always nerve-wracking starting from pole. Unless you've been there several times, it's always a nerve-wracking experience. Let's see. We are nearing the 5 lights.
A yellow flag, but that should go away here as the revs are rising and the lights are about to go out.
Here we go.
And we're underway. And
we might have just had a staller. The Williams in the back did not get moving,
but Mercedes back instantly jumps up.
The Haas going wide.
3 positions.
Yeah,
Tito
Nat gaining 4 positions. Gelfie gaining 2 off the start. He might gain another one here.
Groovy does hold the lead, Tails right behind, and dips down to the inside on Nat. Is Tito, but not gonna make the
Alpines
move,
are struggling hard here. The McLaren's also battling it out. Teammates on teammates here battling. I think Gelfi had to back out of there, and David also trying to smell some blood. He's going around! Gelfi's going around! He keeps it together. I think there might have been contact there with the McLaren as well.
They were 2x2 going into turn 4.
But yeah, Nat the big winner there, honestly, up 4 spots. Basically back into where he qualified, or would have qualified.
He got shot out of a cannon at the start, and instantly West Echo.
He already had a retirement, yeah.
Not sure what happened there.
I didn't quite see it. It's not a safety car yet. Groovy hasn't really built out that big of a gap here yet. It's only, you know, oh, Tails goes wide.
Oh yeah, and that's gonna help Groovy out here. Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, he gained about 2 tenths.
DRS comes next lap. DRS will be enabled. Yeah, and they're all single file pretty much going through.
Tito's still in P4. He's still doing a great job. Total Carney dropping down a couple of positions to P5 from P3.
Sure as well. Yeah, Routine, another big winner. He is up 8 positions.
Yeah, I mean,
so far.
He's now in the top 10, and he's on those mediums as well. See, Gelfi side by side right now with... Oh, Gelfi's going to get the job done on Azure. I think Azure might have damage. J-Mix spinning! I think J-Mix, J-Mix just spun on turn 7.
And he waits for the
Actually, I think that's turn 6.
No, I think you're correct. Yeah.
Big battles going on right here between the Red Bulls and Thunder, of course.
Yeah, Thunder's looking to capitalize right now.
I think Azure must have some slight damage.
Yeah, Thunder's got quite a run here. Is he? No, he's not close enough. I think
he's gonna have to wait. They're in a huge train right now already. 4 or 5 cars in this train. Let's see if anybody can get a move done here. Thunder trying to poke his nose in. Oh, he's got a good exit.
Thunder with a huge exit. Yeah, I was going to say a beautiful
He's got the exit.
Run,
he might be able to get this done unless the ERS comes into effect. Let's see. Is he going to poke it? No, he's not going to be able to get close enough. Let's check back in with the leaders. Still the same gap, but they are kind of losing Nat, who is behind them, and if they break that gap here through the DRS, then that could be very beneficial for these 2 leaders to get a better gap from really the whole pack. My intervals are not. Oh, there we go. They just had to go across the line.
Okay.
Oh, the McLaren having another moment, I think that was Thunder.
And Carney does go make the move on Tito, but Tito's going to fight back. Carney ran wide.
See if Tito's going to dip back down. I don't think he's going to quite be close enough. I'm very impressed with Tito at the moment. As I say that, he's losing his wing, and David also, I think, has damage. No, I think David looks okay, but Tito, as I say that, I think he's just, definitely just picked up some damage.
Oh, and side by side, Routine's gonna try to think about the move, and David's gonna do a double overtake there.
Wow, on the grass as well on the inside.
Gets
a little bit of a knock from Routine in the back of David there. They keep it clean.
A little bit of a love tap there.
So the leader's getting blessed with tons of space. Total Carney 3 seconds behind the. As I say that again, Total Carney is around.
Yeah, I think that's what caused that damage.
And he's Total Carney go ahead and just go into the pits. Wow.
I think turn 3, TC got a little loose there, and Tito happened to collect a little bit of him, and that's so unfortunate. He was having such a good race, such a good run quality too.
Right, yeah, Tito having to hop into the pits, probably putting on the hards. I think it's a little bit too early to put on mediums, but...
Routine's thinking about making the move.
Very close, very close.
And now here comes Rua as well.
We just missed it. Tails and Groovy are side by side. A little bit of contact.
And he goes around.
Yeah, he does get the move done on the outside of turn 4. Great move from Tails.
So Tails was able to close that gap. And now Nat is right there as well,
so the leading 3 all sticking together here. But David has space now. He's on the mediums, but he now has space to go and try to catch up to these leaders. The closer he's able. Sorry, go on.
No, that's crazy. They've already put up almost a 5-second gap on that pack.
And let's not forget, man. I mean, Routine is up 11 positions right now on those mediums. He's in a great position. David, obviously, also on those mediums. So if they can shorten this gap, if they can just DRS train their way back into the leader's grasps, they are in a great position to be able to catch them on the last few laps with those softs.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, Routine.
For sure.
Dip into the inside. No, he dips back out. They are very close right now. I think he's going to go on the inside. He's got a great exit.
Yeah, David had compromised the exit, and Routine with an excellent move there down the straightaway.
He's going to get that done into turn 4. Great move.
So they are both sitting so pretty right here. If they could just keep their nose clean, and obviously the battle is going to...
They could do that the whole way until they both pit. Just keep giving each other the position. It's no point in really fighting for these positions right now. There's 30 laps left. Just work on it. Just try to get the fastest lap times possible, and that's going to come with DRS. And I was saying Azure might have had damage, but he's still right on the back of them.
Yeah, I think he almost just had a moment or something.
Routine's around. He's spun it. He's got damage. No. Routine with such a good race, but he's just spun it. He's definitely put it into the wall.
Curse.
It's
oh, and he's missing a whole wing.
It's running.
And he's got to go the whole lap to. Okay, so we will not compliment anyone else for the rest of the season.
Going past David. Azure is going past David. He goes a little bit deep. David's going to have the run possibly, but I think Azure's just got better grip at this point.
Yeah, Azure making them softs work right there. That was such a beautiful exit down the straightaway.
Gelfie also catching up to these guys as well. Gelfie's only about a half second behind, so definitely in that DRS.
I think David might have been a little Azure took advantage of David not having DRS there, leading that pack.
Yeah, and I mean, these leaders are just locked at the hip right now. Half-second gaps all around for all three of them, or both of them, I should say. And, I mean, they're not letting each other loose. The DRS isn't quite strong enough. I have a feeling that Groovy might be saving up some ERS. Let's check in on that. Tails has 90%, whereas Groovy actually has 85. So, yeah, they both have a lot to work with. Nat down to about 80 as well. So even though he's got less, he still has a lot to work with as well. So all these guys looking like they're just saving.
Yeah, Groovy, he fakes to the inside a little bit there, like trying to sell the move. Maybe he's trying to get him off his line.
He's compromised himself a little bit there. Might still be able to look down the inside. No, he's not going to be close enough.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get Tails to dip off his line, but almost compromised himself there, able to hold position.
Yeah, we've got battles everywhere right now. It's just kind of separated at the moment. But Rua right on the back of Thunder. Gelfie has just spun as I just... Oh!
Oh, and a big wreck!
A big crash!
Rua is out.
Rua is out of the race. Wow, that was a huge wreck. That's one of the biggest wrecks I've seen, and there's a safety car. Virtual safety car.
That was...
Wow.
That was a big hit right there, for sure.
If that happened in real life, that one would definitely be very scary. An unfortunate race. Rua complaining about being held up in qualifying and then just getting really to no fault of his own. His race ended. Tough day for
that
Rua.
had shades of Max and Silverstone, the way he hit the wall there, just front words, not the rear of the car.
Very, very quick. I mean, except this was involving another car. This ain't no wall, just another car. Let's see how this VSC goes. It's very easy to lose time on these VSCs or gain time as well if you can get it right. But yeah, David, still the highest medium runner, obviously. Everybody on the mediums now other than the front four.
Yeah, so Golfy's going to have to dip into the pits. He does throw in a set of mediums. Okay. So Joe McFly right now is the only one running hard tires at the moment. And around goes Nat.
He spun it under VSC? No,
he spun it and he's losing positions.
Yes, he's down to P6. And he might lose another one here. Yep, to his teammate. He does lose another one.
So Vapor makes up a lot of positions as well.
Wow, yeah,
Vapor
he's up 12 positions from his start. So yeah, great race so far.
We'll leave it at that.
Tails is in the pits. Tails is in the pits. Is
So
he
Tails
got
is kinda-
damage potentially? He puts on another set of the mediums.
Yeah,
Why
that's
is he?
interesting call right
I
there
wonder
for sure.
why he's done that, because surely he
we're
didn't
green.
mean to do that. We are green
And we're
flags,
going
yeah.
back green.
So Tails
he's
just
gonna lose
gives
quite
the
a bit of
lead
time.
back to Groovy. Groovy's on his own right now. He's just got free air. Nobody in front of him, nobody behind him.
Yeah, 6-second gap to Azure.
He is catching
And
up to
Groovy
Joe
and Azure
a
are
little
the
bit,
only
but
two softs runners.
he might catch up to lap Joe here, maybe in a couple laps, 3 or 4, maybe 5. Those hards probably not going to kick in for Joe quite yet, but obviously he will have to pit here. But, I mean, this race has twisted and turned a couple of times. Our top 3 has switched around dang near 4 or 5 times just in 10 laps. But fine with me. It's led to a very interesting race. Thunder on the back of David. I don't know. He's just had a sleeper. He's on those mediums as well in P4. I mean, he's in a great position alongside Thunder and well, Vapor and David. Well, has he pitted? Did he pit? No, okay.
Yeah.
No,
no.
Thunder has
they're a lap. No, yeah, they're 11 lap old tires. As David looks for a move down to the inside here.
He's gonna get it done, yeah.
He does make the move.
Let's see if Azure can fight it. Thunder might have a run as well. Those softs might be starting to really tail off now.
Yeah, Azure's gonna try to get right back on the gearbox of him. Oh, he's inches away there. Yeah, it's a routine sets the fastest lap of the race. Trying to salvage what was.
Mediums, yeah. I mean, Nat also spinning. I mean, he's down to P10 now after he pitted for the mediums, I believe.
Oh, and Azure picks up a 3-second time penalty there.
Oof.
Multiple warnings, and he runs wide again.
Yeah,
there.
see, I just saw that he did run wide there. Does still get the DRS, but he's losing quite a bit of time now on those softs. They're starting to just really run off, I think. Ruby,
yeah, so 11
still
laps
really not losing too much time. The crossover definitely is happening now, but because of that VSC, I think he's just going to be able to run these a little bit longer than maybe David would want him to. But because I mean, the stronger the longer he can will this out on these softs and have fresher mediums, the less of a threat that David and Azure and anybody really becomes. Yeah, Thunder just makes the move around Azure. Correct.
No, for sure. Yeah, because if he could just hold off, keep holding off, yeah.
Yeah, it looks.
Because they're all about 11 laps old on the soft. Seem to be for Azure. He's definitely seems to be falling back now.
Still just looks understeery. Like I still wouldn't be surprised if I talked to him after the race and he says he had some slight damage, because it just looks like he's not quite driving the way he normally does. Although he's in P4, I think he would actually have a lot more pace right now.
I agree with you.
It could be the tires though as well. He could damn near be at puncture territory right now.
For sure, but he does seem to be running quite wide a lot, and he's the only one who's pretty consistent line.
Yeah. I mean, Thunder having a great race, staying in the DRS of David. So I mean, Thunder just needing to keep this clean. David obviously still 6 seconds behind Groovy. Groovy keeping this gap pretty even. We thought that the softs might be going off, but I think Groovy's just got really good pace around here.
Yeah, he's making the clean air work to his advantage right now.
Yeah, it looks like the closest battle is still between well, actually Tito Sampson's starting to work his way back through the field. Hopefully maybe he can get back into the points, but he does have a penalty to serve. Or not to serve, but he does have a 3-second penalty. He's in the DRS of Vapor though. Oh, there's a change right there. It looks like Thunder goes in the pits. It's a little bit early. I wonder if he's going to do a medium to hard. He should be doing a medium to soft, though. He's putting on another set of mediums? Surely not. No.
And he does put on another set of mediums. This is
why have two
interesting
people done
call.
that?
Because we're almost about halfway, a few laps shy of halfway of the race.
Yeah. I'm not sure why he's just done that. He's going to have to come in again.
Drops down to P7, comes out.
PC in P6 right now.
Yeah, so Yeah, Groovy is holding that lead. Yeah, 7
He's
plus
actually
seconds. That's
improved
7.5.
He's improved it by quite
Wow,
a bit.
did
David must have
have a
made a
moment?
mistake. David must have made
Yeah,
a mistake.
he just dropped back 2 seconds.
Oh, it's a safety car.
Okay.
It's a safety car. The
Oh,
AlphaTauri
wow.
is
How
off.
did we miss this safety car here?
Just DNF. It's so easy to miss the safety cars, dude. It's so easy to not see a yellow flag or anything like that. So Groovy going into the pits now, that's quite honestly perfect timing for him.
Yeah, he's got a gap and
will most likely will David come in. Yep, David comes in, so he's gonna come back out in first.
I was gonna say, I think that they're gonna have to come in behind him.
Definitely come out in first place. He's gonna put on the mediums.
Yeah, because David can't miss this opportunity as well to pit right now.
Right. He would lose a lot of time. And did he just get jumped? He got jumped. Azure jumped him.
He did. Azure jumped him in the pits somehow.
Yeah, I wonder if did he have to.
So that Red Bull crew just got them tires on with a 1.7 second stop.
David also has on hards. So wait, what is going on right now?
He's got the Red Bull crew. I mean, you know that they do the fastest pit stops.
I know, but I'm just wondering why David just put on hards.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now he throws on the set of hards.
Tails also on the hards though too.
So we're 15 out of 36.
Elfie chooses not to pit. Nat chooses not to pit. Interesting. So yeah, TC on brand new mediums. He's not gonna have to pit again. Wilkie on brand new softs.
The hards will definitely go 21 laps, but
they'll make it easily. But the mediums will make it easily from here as well.
I was gonna say, because that's what I was getting at. Because we're still under safety car.
Right.
I think Joe is back. Yeah, Joe's back there, so we're gonna at least for another 2 laps.
Yeah.
What are we at? 18 laps. The mediums will definitely run that.
Yeah, maybe not the best of choices from the boys that chose to stay out. I mean, you're missing a free opportunity, but they did just pit a couple of laps ago. Maybe they're feeling like it'd be a waste. Maybe they don't have a new set of tires, so who knows?
True.
But Groovy still in first, as we said. David getting jumped and possibly putting on the wrong compound of tires, hoping probably that those mediums will fall off. But with how I know Groovy to keep hold of his tires throughout a race, at least in the past, I don't think those mediums will fall off hard enough for the hards to cross over. I think the race will be over once those mediums really start to fall off, so we'll see what happens. And he'll also struggle a little bit to get these warmed up. The medium runners definitely have the advantage there. But, I mean, I'm not complaining. Our pack gets closer together here with about half the race left, as you said.
So that's interesting. Why did... Okay, so Routine just came in again to pit.
So he might have been... Oh, he's putting on old medium. He put on
now
old
it's
mediums.
Yeah, I was going to say he has 7-lap old tires, but he just came in the pit, so he throws on an old set of mediums here.
I'm not sure why that is. Some odd decisions being made. That is
I'm not sure what he all ran in qualifying. Maybe he used up too much and doesn't feel like this is the best set of tires he has left, but I would think they would have a newer set than that.
Do we have... So Nat Hammer right now has the fastest lap with the 105. The 105.2.
Got a beautiful safety car out front.
Right? I wish they would switch them every now and then, though.
They should give, if they take away the old cars, they should give us the safety car to drive around.
I'll tell you what, though, I believe, I don't know if they put a V8 Vantage or a V12 Vantage on the Aston, but oh my god, dude, have you heard that thing?
Yeah, no, I listened to the lap the other day. I watched the lap around the track.
Like,
I almost think it is the V8 though.
If that's the V8, I don't, bro. The V12 must be insane. The V12 must be like too much. Like you gotta wear earplugs. Because yeah, no, it sounded super mean.
Oh, it was beautiful. No, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I loved the sound.
I would love trying that out on AC for sure.
So yeah, I think the safety car should be coming in this lap. Hopefully, Routine can catch
okay, so Routine does go ahead and throw on a set of softs.
Okay,
now.
so I think I see what he was doing. I think I see what he was doing.
maybe he had.
Was he not one of the ones that maybe put on the wrong set of tires as well? Like
I was gonna say, I think that he might have clicked the wrong set.
He might have put on like a medium,
and
and then had to go in and do the softs. So I've now seen a couple people do that, and yeah, safety car is in this lap.
Yes, they're all queued
Milky
up.
probably gonna start backing up the pack here. No penalties at the moment. Oh, did I say Milky?
Yeah, but that's all right.
Yeah, my bad.
Now the Williams are so far showing, because Groovy, past champ, who has not showed up yet this season, but we know the man has the pace, has the talent. Can he hold on here?
Right now. I love seeing the guys just like not weave.
Oh yeah, just straight line.
It just shows how you're ready. Like, screw the weaving. Let's get it started.
Yes, sir.
I think
Groovy goes early
jetted.
there.
Groovy jetted. Let's see. Yep, he's gone.
Gets a good jump on a
Very good jump.
He's already almost up to a second.
Almost a second.
Already.
That's a great start for him.
Yeah, I think he caught Azure napping right there, heating up his tires. And he goes wide, though, in turn one and loses all that advantage right off the back, though, and it's already back down to 0.4 of a second.
Yeah, he did lose a big chunk of time there. We got to keep in mind Azure does also have a penalty. We'll see if he maybe tries to get that removed, but of course he would have to pass Groovy and get quite a little gap on him. So let's see. No DRS. We'll see if if Groovy can maybe pull out a gap here.
Azure has almost 90% DRS, and
somebody's wing just went flying.
And we got
that was Thunder. I think it was
no.
Thunder. He's missing an end plate.
Yeah, and he's going slow to this corner. Yep, he's about to lose many places. He's getting swallowed up.
Yeah, Tails goes by on the hards. The Merc is threatening right now.
Matt is about to go by. Oh, so unfortunate. He's going to have to dip into the inside.
Yeah, he's got to go into the pits there. So unfortunate.
So tight racing.
Man. So unfortunate.
Just clips his in plate, and now he's about to drop.
3-second penalty to Tito and Vapor. Gelfie also. Oh, sorry. I thought I just saw Gelfie also going to the pits.
Azure runs super wide as well, trying to follow Groovy. A little bit of dirty air.
He's pretty close, but not quite close enough, especially without DRS. But Azure definitely might. Oh, they're very close. Penalties coming in left and right now. But yeah, Azure just sticking in that toe. And I don't know if you noticed, but David dropped back significantly. He's not even really a part of this fight right now.
Yeah, him and Tails, them hards have not up.
They've just dropped
right
off. They're just, one, they're not heated up quite, not yet, and two, I just don't think they have the pace either way on hards. This track is too short. There's too little turns to not have as much grip as you can possibly have, really. And I think, yeah, Nat might end up closing this gap as well if he can just keep his racing lines crisp and tidy. We'll see, though, because he is dropping this. DRS is enabled now as well. He's dropping this gap pretty quickly.
With a big run into turn one. Azure, beautiful exit. Wow, that was a beautiful turn there.
He's not gonna go defensive. No, he doesn't. He's gonna give up the inside line. Azure gonna have the lead there, but
yeah, Azure makes the
who gets the DRS here? Neither one.
Interesting there.
I don't think either one of them got the DRS.
No wing is open.
You would be able to tell by a green little line going above the telemetry, but they don't have it. They don't have it. Either one. That was a very weird.
Were they completely side by side at the marker?
Yeah,
I've never seen that one before.
Like they were like, huh, both of y'all were equal, so neither. But
hell,
they're still battling.
DRS.
Azure's actually working up a little bit of a gap, but I mean, I think Groovy will be able to pull that back in with the DRS. There's 3 DRS zones in a row, so.
And like you mentioned earlier, Azure does have that time penalty. To know Groovy
Azure just makes a mistake. Yeah, big snap of overs to. Groovy takes the lead back. He's just basically been gifted it. He's going to get a little bit of a jump on him. But, of course, they're going to have the DRS here coming up. So Azure should be able to make up for that lost time.
David and Tails, like you were saying, they're just falling back steady. Even with that moment there by Azure, they did not close the gap. Barely 1/10 of a second.
And I'm surprised here. Nat not really closing in as much as I thought he would. It looks like he's overdriving a little bit. I just saw him get on the curb pretty aggressively, and it looks like it really unsettled him, but maybe just getting a little bit impatient. And also, we have TC behind Not So Vapor here, getting very close, literally a 10th behind on the gearbox. TC is going around! Both times I've been on board, he just misses his teammate.
Yeah,
both times I've been on board with TC. He's literally spun almost instantly, and the Haas is also around to Tito. Rough race. Tito starting in the top 5, running in the top 4 and top 3 for a little bit, and just having a unfortunate race. But Tails and David right now, yeah, they're definitely starting to battle a little bit more aggressively here.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was TC going for a move there on the inside. I just happened to click over right then.
Okay,
oh,
no,
and
it looks like
slow down.
No, it looks like Gelfie was out of the pits.
Yeah,
oh, here it comes though.
Tails is right.
Did he just hit the back of it? Maybe.
Moment.
There's
yeah,
virtual.
Like he had a
oh, it's a
moment
virtual
there.
safety car there. So we've got a VSC. I don't know what that was for. Nobody's DNF.
Now I wonder if that's because did they leave a wing on the track? I'm not sure if there was any debris out there.
I'm not too sure either. But our battle for the front still raging on. We'll see what happens after this VSC. Yeah, just kind of sectioned off right now. Like the gaps are pretty even from the top 10. All really within like a second or two behind maybe the dirty air affecting some of these guys more than others. It is a skill, honestly, being able to drive in the dirty air, being able to tighten your lines. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Here comes Tails. I don't know if he'll have the speed. I think he will actually be able to dip down to the inside. Maybe not, though. No, not close enough. My controller keeps
thought about it.
Go on, sorry.
No, he thought about it, but did not. He's got a good exit here, but so does David, and he's not going to make the move stick this time either. Too far back.
Yeah, no, not there. And I mean, Azure falling out of the DRS of Groovy. Groovy's starting to really push the pressure on Azure to stay in this gap that he needs for the DRS, but I don't know if he'll be able to do it. Groovy's starting to just gain inch by inch on him, and he also, Azure still has that penalty, so Groovy just got to keep it clean.
Yeah, but slow and steady for some of these boys in the back. Joe and Routine worked their way back up so far. I don't want to say too much, but they have worked their way back up into the points.
Oh, right. You are correct. Yeah, Joe back in P9. Having a little bit of a quiet race. He's kind of by his lonesome.
Oh, and Golfy goes into the wall, and he is out.
That's a safety car.
And the Haas,
that's another safety.
Power Up is also in there as well.
Oh, man.
Now, I'm not sure. I didn't catch what happened. I just see the Haas coming onto the track.
See the car now. He's in the sand. Yeah, he's in the gravel on the left. I just saw TC, his teammate, pass him by, probably making sure he's okay.
Doing a little Sebastian Vettel.
But it looks, it'll be interesting to see, will Groovy decide to pit? Does he have a new set of softs that he can maybe throw on? 12 laps on the softs is a little bit much, to be honest, but it's obviously doable. We saw guys go 14 laps on those softs, I think 13 laps maybe in the first stint. So it'll be interesting to see if
he could get
maybe Azure will try to force him, but Azure will lose places. They are gonna. Yeah.
Oh, he does.
They do. They both
tries to fake him there.
They both do. David's gonna stay.
Really?
No, David goes into the pits as well. All of them hopping in.
The top 5 are coming into the pits.
Yeah, look.
Let's see what tires are they.
By Groovy setting the pace, he's basically making it so these guys have to follow everything that he does, putting on the softs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Milky retires in the pits. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah. No, he's on the start finish with the Haas.
Oh,
How is that?
Oh my goodness! There was. How did we miss this?
On the start finish straight. They've just had.
And he is still sitting there.
Collision.
Now I swear I seen him dip into the pits, though, in the back, but obviously not. Him and the Haas come together right on the start finish, and another Williams is out.
Yeah, Groovy not happy in the chat. but 12 racers left. I mean, we've had 6 retirements, and it feels like they've all been in like the last 2 or 3 laps. A lot going on right now. But I mean, hey, look at this. Joe in P3. How about that?
Yes, sir. Running a good race. Slow and steady.
Yeah, both the Aston Martins in the top 5 right now. The Mercedes also doing not too shabby, P7 and P9. Meanwhile, the McLaren's just occupying that last points position. So
yeah, it looks like
we're in for a good last 10 laps, that's for sure. A lot of these boys going to be on the soft, so
definitely see what you're saying. Some of these boys are a little upset in the chat.
yeah,
Maybe a little bit of contact
David
potentially.
Might be. Yeah, David will probably. So Joe might get swallowed here. He didn't pit during that. Joe might get swallowed here, but I still think it's actually a good move for him to have stayed out.
Well, I agree. Yeah, he has 12 lap old mediums, but if he would have pitted, he would have round up still in the back of the pack.
As long as he can just handle those mediums once they go, get into those, 15 lap old, 20 lap old, he'll be all right.
Yeah, and another
yeah. I wonder what's happened there.
Yeah, so
he had Nat with 5, Tito with 6 seconds, Not Sir Vapor with 3, Joe with 3, and Azure with 3. Yeah, at the moment, nobody has done a one-stop. Routine has made 5 pit stops.
And that's so unfortunate. A few of them were, he clicked the wrong tire and then got caught up in some accidents when he was having such a good race. If this man could just keep the race together.
All right, so safety car is in this lap. We are going to be green lights. 27, it's going to be lap 27 when we go green. And yeah, we'll get a solid 9 laps of racing.
Yeah, it should be some interesting 9 laps to finish it off. Is Groovy going to get another good jump here on Azure? He's weaving.
I think he's feeling
trying
confident.
to heat up his tires.
He's got 100%. All these boys got 100% ERS. Did he just bolt?
Oh, and
he seems to like the bolt before turn 9, and he does. He gets a big gap, a 7/10 gap already. Joe's picked up another penalty, which might be crucial for him in this race. That's very unfortunate.
And the wing is still on the front of the straightaway there. I don't know if you've seen that.
Aston's round. No, Joe. No, Joe. The Aston's been gone. Is gone around. I think he actually might have got a little bit of help from his teammate. I'm not sure there, but unfortunate for Joe. He still could easily get in the points here if he takes this smart. Just bring it home, Joe. Bring it home.
For sure. We've already had that many 5 DNFs, and with everybody
side by side right now, the Merc and the Haas right now. Nat does get in front of Tito, so he's into P5. And another guy that just tends to keep his nose clean, having a little bit of a tough race with penalties right now. Not Sir Vapor, speaking of the Mercedes, it's a 3-second penalty. So, like I said, the penalty's starting to come in thick and fast. It's hard to stay on track on this track when you're really pushing. Understandable that these guys... Another safety car! Nobody's DNF'd.
Yeah, I'm not sure what just happened there. I see Thunder falling back, but
what just happened there?
TC, they are in the pits.
Sure. What has just happened? Why that safety car's come out? Huh. Well.
No, I like what you did there, though, a second ago. You got to stay on track, I
didn't even mean to say that back to back, but I mean, yeah, it came out, so I just had to roll with it. But, no, I mean, I can't, I don't know. I'm trying to go back on the stream and, like, rewind on the map. Let's see what happens.
I do see a car now sitting on the side of the... oh, no, that's the safety car.
That's the safety. We no longer have the Renault to get that mixed up with.
I know, I was about to say, wait a second, we got one, but...
I remember, yeah, last year it was so bad. Like, sometimes I wouldn't even see the safety car because it was like they made it the exact same yellow as the yellow. So like it was just blended on the map.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
the Haas last year with the gray.
Oh, it was gray. Yeah, you could barely
like,
see it on the
so
track.
in green light conditions, you couldn't see where you were on the. It was so bad. But no, hopefully after this, I mean, Groovy's probably sick of these restarts, but at the same time, he's been very solid at them all day.
He's had enough practice. I think that's why he keeps getting such a good jump. I think that is a good strategy right there. Jump it right around the corner. I think he keeps catching Azure just a little bit off guard there.
Yeah, he starts in turn 9. And I mean, it's
because he almost can carry his speed up a little bit more through the corner.
Right, he can carry that speed into turn 10 and then also then into the straight. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's a huge advantage for him. I think that's very smart to do that. I mean, there's two types of people: the ones that bolt early like that, and the ones that make your way all the way to the line and back you up. Valtteri Bottas at Portimao you. But
for sure.
Yeah.
Which obviously this track has such a short straightaway. You don't need to worry too much about such a long toe if you get him just right.
Right, and I mean that's what we were mentioning. We were mentioning like with that turn 9, with him bolting before turn 9, him being able to carry that speed in almost every time. He's gonna have more literal speed than anybody behind him. You can't react. You would have to guess. You can't react.
Exactly.
That. Some of people's best starts are just getting lucky and yeah, you know.
No, with the acceleration of these cars like that, if you get a good jump, especially with Groovy, he's able to put the power down pretty quick and not light up the tires. So this will probably.
You know what's weird for me? Is it doing this for you? Like, say if you're on board with Red Bull, like on board, like on his T cam. Is like the back of the Williams blurred?
Yeah, it is completely blurred. I cannot read the
odd. It's doing it with every car. Like if you were to hop on with any car, that's the first time I've ever seen the game do that. But it's not PC, so it's like if this was
just
PC,
cleared up for me. That was pretty weird.
Yeah, it did. It actually did. You're right, Sam. That's weird.
That's interesting.
First time I've ever seen that. Well, you find a new glitch every day.
I was gonna say another thing for them to patch for us.
Probably not, but we'll hope so.
This probably, I would imagine, would be the last lap, so we should maybe get 6 laps, potentially 5 laps of racing.
It should go in this lap, right? Hopefully it goes in this lap. I think Groovy's already preparing. Yep, it does.
Yeah, the lights just went out.
So yeah, Groovy gonna again, for I think maybe the 3rd or 4th time, he's gonna back up the pack here. Maybe he'll switch it up here. Maybe thinking that Azure might be on to him. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if they can pass the test now. Everybody's getting ready.
Really get out of the way.
Routine
Azure is ready. He is right on the back of him. Again, I get the message about suspending the application. Let's see here. He's not bolting yet.
Yeah, he is right. I was gonna. Yeah, you are correct.
There he goes.
Up the strategy a little bit.
He's gone.
And Azure
gets a good restart from Azure. He stays right on the back of him. Gonna get the slipstream for sure. Azure learning from his previous mistake. Does everybody get through cleanly?
Takes a little bit of curb.
The Mercedes side by side. The McLaren's round. J-Mick has just put it in the wall.
Oh no! And hopefully we do not have another safety car.
Not yet.
David dips down to the inside, goes around, tails almost goes
three
around.
Wide, they're 3
wide.
They've backed out. Azure does get the position, but this is going to be a little bit sketchy. Groovy needs to use this to get away.
David's going for it here.
No, Azure keeps the position. Just good racing for the boys. They're very close.
Tails now has the wheel to the inside.
Tails is on the outside. Oh, I think he's going to keep this. Oh, no, the speed. He carries the speed around the outside.
That was a great overtake there by Tails.
Wow, he was falling
and
back.
And now the move, he's
the Ferrari is around. Oh, routine, just thunder and routine. No.
Tails goes down inside of turn
Another safety car.
Oh, no.
No. That's so unfortunate for Thunder. No fault of his own again. Oh, man. That's heartbreaking for me personally. And J-Mick also retires. So again, we have less than 10
routine
finishers.
as well. They were all potentially running such a good race here.
Wow.
For points, routine so many times. I almost feel like how the Williams and George Russell, when he took over for Mercedes last year in Secure, had many chances to have a good race, but just keep unfortunate.
Just keeps on tumbling down. Groovy, I mean, the only one really who's had a chilled out race, really. I mean, he's, for the most part, he hasn't had any real position swaps. He's been there the whole time.
Potentially got robbed of some great racing right there.
Yeah,
Tails
I'm
making
a little bit
2 double overtakes, or 2 moves in a row there, and about to had a good run on Groovy there. Now we'll see if he
will maybe get 2 laps. I don't think we'll get any DRS though. So I mean, yeah, no. I'm with you. I think we were definitely just robbed of a very entertaining last couple of laps. Oh, it looks like Joe picks up a drive-through. Not sure how that is. Because safety car.
Yeah, you should not have a delta under.
Yeah, a little bit odd there. That would be weird. If I were him, I wouldn't even serve it to take the 5-second.
Oh, I thought you had to serve your drive-throughs.
No, you can leave it on because the race will end. I mean.
Oh, okay, true. But no, he's still in for a good finish by staying out and just not DNFing here. He's got to get some points.
Yeah, it'll really help out in the championship. I mean, David currently yielding all of the points for Aston. So Joe, if he can keep this one on track, will get some points. But we know if you DNF, you are not receiving points. So J-Mick, you will not be receiving that point. Everybody who has finished this race, though, still obviously can fight for any of the points positioning now. There's no pressure, just except for the fact just don't DNF, obviously. I guess that's easier said than done.
Joe does serve his drive-through there.
Yeah. So this might be delaying the fact. Oh no, safety car is going in this lap.
Oh, it's gonna go ahead and
leave. Okay. It's gonna leave Joe in the dust. So let's see here. They're gonna back up the pack.
That's probably fine because now we're gonna at least have 3 laps though, of.
So 2 laps. It's gonna be 30. Here. Well, no, 34, 35, and 36. We're gonna have 3 full laps. Hopefully, well, obviously we shouldn't get any more safety cars, but Tails is right there. He bolts. Doesn't get the best of starts. He has to get a good exit out of turn 10. No. So he's gonna, Tails is still gonna be very close. Tito's retired. How is he retired on the straight?
Retired, no.
I wonder what's happened there.
Car on the straightaway. Hopefully this does not affect the racing at all.
No safety yet.
Hopefully the car will just disappear. And we keep good racing because Tails he's closing the gap quite a bit here. Turn 3, he gets a good exit. Him and Groovy are battling. This is going to be quite a battle down here in turn 4.
Yeah, this is going to be for the win of the race. Is Groovy's win going to be taken away from him by these safety cars? We will see who will have the better exit out of here. I don't think any overtakes are obviously going to happen in here.
6 and 7, and this is such a crucial part of the lap here.
The dirty air kicking in. TC picks up a penalty. I thought that said Tails for a second. He did look, he went a little bit wide, but not quite. Jor's still on the back of these guys as well. Not
Tails had a little bit of
moment
going into turn 10 there.
Actually, taking a look. Jor takes the fastest lap. Peaks on the inside, doesn't decide to go for it.
So we'll have 1 lap of DRS racing to finish.
From the onboard as TC retires as well. The boys cannot keep it on the track today.
Tails is around the outside. They're side by side going down the straightaway here.
It's gonna be really close. He's gonna squeeze to the inside.
Groovy's gonna have the inside line.
Big pressure moment. Groovy has to get this done. Has to keep this position.
This is Lando Norris and
he gets the job done.
Sends it around and makes the move with 1 lap to go.
Groovy's gonna be smelling blood here. Tails getting a little bit squirrely out of here, but the dirty air possibly gonna screw over Groovy here. We'll see what happens, but Tails possibly might have more pace here. He just might have more pace at this point. Who knows?
We're coming to 1 lap to go with DRS enabled this lap.
It's the final lap. DRS is enabled.
He's gonna have, or no, have 3 straights to do it.
And like no ERS. Tails has a little bit to work with, but I mean they're basically equal on those 2 fronts. Can Groovy get this done on the last lap? This would be... It's such a heartbreak if he's not able to. Disqualified! Joe gets disqualified from the session.
Oh no, for not doing the drive. I guess he did not complete the drive.
So he didn't have enough laps to spare. We have 6 drivers currently. This is Monaco or Baku all over again. I can't remember which race. Or we just had DNF after DNF, but I don't think Groovy is gonna be close enough.
No, he fell back a little bit through that final sector. And he's not gonna be close enough here.
That is heartbreaking for Groovy. Tails just has
this race.
1 turn to bring it around, crossing the finish line. Groovy's gonna be heartbroken, but he finishes P2. That's his best result of the season. Tails with his first win of the season. And Azure finishing out the
dramatic fashion. The second to last lap pass.
Letting
the safety cars just ruined Groovy's race. He was dominating this race. Had great pace. Probably potentially would have ran away if there was not so many of them.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that maybe he'd be able to attack him going into that last lap with the DRS, but he actually lost probably a little bit too much time towards the end of the lap, the second to last lap on turn 8, 9, and 10 because he was about 6/10 back. So he really did. Yeah, he lost a lot of time.
Yeah, so there was a lot of unfortunate.
Tails, Groovy, and David in the top 3. So Azure gets kicked out of the podium positions. So we've got David. Let me get them in the party. David. Who is it? I'm sorry. David.
Tails, Groovy, and David.
Tails, Groovy, David.
Yeah, so Tail P1, Groovy P2, David P3, Azure P4. Nat is going to round out our top 5. Not Sir Vapor P6, TC 7, Tito P8, and J-Mick P9. Thunder rounds off our top 10. Super unfortunate for a few of those guys. Kept getting caught up in a little bit of the carnage and not able to finish the race there, especially for Joe too. I'm not sure what happened with that penalty there. We'll see if, potentially if that is reported or not to the stewards, but.
So it looks like, yeah, Tails is messaging me saying he's got to leave, but he can't do the interview. But we should still be able to get Groovy and David in here. But we're gonna go on a little bit of an intermission, and we'll be back with the interviews.
Alright, we're here with the post-race interviews, and first we got our P3 finisher, David Shahood, who started P9 on the mediums and was able to work them and had a great strategy out there. Were able to work yourself up there with a bit of safety cars. Tell us about how you were able to finish up on the points or on the podium.
Well, first of all, I hope that no safety car did came out because my strategy was go for one stop, medium softs. So I was planning to extend those mediums to like lap 20 or something around that. But well, the safety car like messed me a bit, both of them, because I was expecting to after the first safety car that the two guys in front would pit again. But then it came the other safety car and we all had to pit for soft, so I was in the same situation, so I really didn't have any more advantage apart from that. So a bit unlucky with the safety cars, but I'm happy to finish in the podium because it's still good points for the championship. Not trying to take so much risks too on this race.
Right. I mean, yeah, you are sitting in the top three right now. So I mean, this will definitely yield. You did outscore both your, I mean, all your rivals. So yeah, this will definitely help you out towards the championship. I mean, were you ever worried that maybe with those safety cars that you would like you'd get into an incident, or were you really just keeping your mind on your own race?
No, my goal was, well, I wanted to win the race, but my goal was to not get involved in any accidents because as I'm fighting for the championship, every point counts, so wasn't really looking to too much risk. I had a chance, for example, on the penultimate safety car we had, I had the chance to overtake Ashur on his inside, but it got a bit risky. We could got involved in some contact, so I just had to lift. Didn't want to go for a dive on two in the next corner. I got overtaken by tails too, so yeah, I was just trying to save all the points possible. If it was possible to make a move, I would go for it, but I wasn't gonna take too much risks, as I have already said.
Yeah, understandable. I mean, you had a great race. I mean, starting from where you did, I think it was P6 or P7, getting to P3. I mean, great for you in the championship, and it was a great race from you. So, I mean, as per usual, I think this is maybe your third or fourth podium of the season. So we're getting used to seeing you here in these interviews.
A regular, yeah.
Right. But yeah, great race, David. I mean, on to Groovy now. I'm gonna let Celestial take over and ask Groovy a question.
Okay, Groovy and stuff. You dominated this race today. Do you feel the safety cars are what hindered your chance at winning this race? Because you had control of it pretty much all race. You had great jumps every time there was a restart.
Call me George Russell for P2 in a Williams. First of all, no, but yeah, those fucking safety cars at the end were ridiculous. I was getting great starts at under the safety cars, so I was pulling up that gap that I needed for my DR, so they didn't get DRS behind me and I could just pull away. But as soon as I did that, a fucking safety car would happen and rip to my teammate because we would have a 1-2, but he crashed under a safety car. But great points. It's nice. It finally feels nice to be back on the podium with my worst luck ever in this season. But
No, for sure.
A chance to start.
For sure. No, the results seem to be coming and stuff because you're a past champ of the league, and you haven't had the results. Had a lot of bad incidents, about a lot of unfortunate, no fault of your own, but you were able to keep a clean race, keep your nose clean up front, and pretty much, I mean, you dominated pretty much the whole race. I feel like you were able to clear a gap at any point. When you were battling with tails there, tell us about that last lap when you had DRS, because it looked like you fell back a little bit towards the final sector.
On the second to last lap, yeah.
Yeah, so I basically tried to pull away from him on that first lap back on the safety car, but man has pace, so like I couldn't pass him, and I knew he was just on my slipstream, so he wasn't using too much ERS compared to me, so I knew I was fucked when he passed Azure, because Azure was he would give me at least a couple seconds if he would battle him, but I guess I saw him get loose a little bit and Tails passed him, so on turn 4 I was debating on squeezing him, but I gave him the space, and GG's to him. He had the race pace on me.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate that we couldn't get Tails in here to get his opinion on that, but I mean, nonetheless, great race from Groovy. It's good to see you back on the podium. hopefully we see you again. Don't make it a one-time thing, a one-off. But yeah, no, that's it from us. That is the Austrian Grand Prix done and dusted. We are here next week for Silverstone, a fan favorite, round 7 next week, September 15th. We will see you guys there. Peace.